Welcome back. So I thought today we would just sit down together, have a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, a glass of juice, whatever, and just talk. Because one of the problems with this self-quarantining is social isolation. And I think we all know social isolation is very unhealthy, even for those of us who are in a really good situation going into it. So imagine how bad it is for those of us who are inclined to depression or anxiety, or who are older and live alone and and are just kind of hanging on by our fingernails to begin with. So let's pretend we're living normal lives. We'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I've got my coffee here, and I am deeply committed to pretending we are normal. Um, as most of you know, because I've been saying this, I've been able to get out 3 days a week. For some reason, even though they're shutting things down left and right around here, they haven't touched my physical therapy. Thank goodness. So I'm getting out 3 days a week. This is great. I love being able to get out. I can go to grocery stores because that's all that's open. But at least it gets me out. And I'm not looking at a situation in which, when all of this is over and done with, I'm having to go back for intensive physical therapy because I've lost time. I should probably mention, I imagine it looks like I'm in a lot of physical therapy. I am. The reason for this is because I expect some very big payoffs in the end. Before I had the knee replacement, actually we have to go back a little before then. It was before my right knee just shut down until I replaced it. I was walking about 5 miles a day. That is exactly what I intend to get back to. Actually, I want to do a little better than that, because by the time I had to stop walking, I was walking 5 miles, trying to figure out how to grab an extra maybe 40 minutes a day so I could bump it up to 7. So that's where I want to go. I want to be right back at 5 miles a day, looking to go up to 7. Consequently, my physical therapist is a huge part of that. But also, to be perfectly candid, this is something I don't even like to admit to myself. The left knee is going to have to be replaced soon too. So I need to make sure that my right knee is capable of supporting me completely if the left knee is going to take a 2 or 3 month break. That means a lot of physical therapy. Anyway, that's what's going on. By the way, I'm going to take you to physical therapy with me. I figure if I'm getting out, the very least I can do is give you a road trip, because I know a lot of you are not even getting this much, and my heart goes out to you. I recently found out that the governor, I think his name is Wolf. I'm not very political. Oh God, maybe it's Fox. All right, I don't know our governor's name. I am not very political. He shut us down until April 30th. So we are like not much more than 2-3 weeks into this lockdown. I'm going stir crazy, and we've got 4 weeks left to go. So I have decided I'm going to try to normalize my life as much as possible. And these videos are here for you as well. Tell me what you want to do, and if it's feasible, we'll do it. This weekend, I'm planning to take you through a lamp build, start to finish. We've never done that. We've never gone from, we are drilling into the vase, we are drilling into the stand, we're piecing the lamp together. We're going to do that this weekend, just so you can see not only every aspect of the job, but what happens first, what happens second. Are there stages that can overlap? That should be fun. It should be interesting. At least I hope. But in the meantime, we're going to have to live like this. And here's step one. Let's have some coffee together. Because I know for me, normal social interaction is what I feel like I'm missing. Now, as many of you know from watching The Crazy Lamp Lady, the Crazy Lamp Lady channel started because Jocelyn and I would go out to lunch. Back at the beginning, I think it was Tuesdays we were doing it. We'd go out to lunch every Tuesday and then go off to thrift stores, antique shops, whatever, go shopping. And occasionally, Jocelyn would film it. But that's how it was born. That was the Crazy Lamp Lady. And if you go back in the old videos, you'll find that some of them date back to, January 2017, I think, is the earliest I found. So they go back like 3 years. But it wasn't about making videos. It was about going out, having lunch, going shopping, normal socialization with your friends. This is over and done with, at least for the moment. My next door neighbor was walking down the street, and I went over to say hi. Of course, naturally, we stayed 8 feet apart. It was scary. And we were chatting, and it turns out her son is getting married, by the way. He's a really, really nice guy, so I'm super happy for him. And I'm just thrilled. I've lived next door to them for 10 years. He's a great kid, wonderful. So I'm so glad things are working out for him. But I realized I am standing 8 feet from my neighbor in the middle of the street, shouting back and forth. If you had asked me about that a month ago, I would have said, don't be absurd. That's so horrifically rude. Of course, I would never do that. So rude has become the new normal. Yeah, let's treat people like they have lice and let's shout at them. This is just spooky stuff to me because I was raised with a different standard of behavior. You didn't just, yell down the street at people. You walked over and you spoke to them in a nice, normal, indoor voice and I am wondering about the extent of the impact of the social isolation. I am not socially isolated. I'm out 3 days a week. I get to see my physical therapist. I know all the physical therapists in the office, so it's not just like I have only one person to talk to. Everybody in there, we're all chatting. We always have been. So I'm seeing 3 mornings a week, a dozen people that I know. Now, granted, they are not family, they are not bosom friends, but still, it's social outlet. And I'm feeling deprived. So I cannot help but think how difficult this has to be for those of our viewers who don't have that. There's no one for them to talk to. They're living alone. Yeah, I can talk to the phone up. I'm kidding. Sometimes he even talks back. Not everybody has that. So I think we need to figure out some ways to make this, I want to say palatable, but I don't think that's ever going to happen, minimally tolerable. So, for starters, the comments. You want to leave a comment? I don't care what it's about. Just leave your comment. If you are alone, if you are bored, just toss a comment down there, and hopefully someone will respond. I will make an effort. I hope that other viewers will too, because we have a community here, a lot of people. Let's see if we can't try a little outreach, not just for people we perceive as being in need, but for ourselves as well, because I'm sure we're all suffering from this sort of compression of our world. My world did not used to be just let's sit here in the kitchen for a while. For my part, I am going to see if I can acquire some new video skills. I'm thinking about live streaming, because that way we can chat in real time. So I'm thinking about doing it. I need to get more information on it, because as you know, the first time I ever touched a video camera in my life was the first video I made for this channel. So it's not like I have a whole battery of skills to fall back on. But I'm thinking, how hard can it be, right? And maybe that would be a little helpful, a little more outreach. I did mention in the last video that when I was at my physical therapist's office, I was outside the building. I was on my way in. I did see someone I believe to be homeless that I also believe to be suffering from coronavirus. That got me thinking about, how bad it must be for other people and what one can do about it. And here's the thing, I don't know, because 3 or 4 months ago, if someone had said there is a medical problem, it may have hit the homeless population, I'd like to do something, what can I do? Soup kitchens, the local churches, there's all kinds of outreach like that. The local churches are closed. The local soup kitchens are closed. All of the private charities around here are done like dinner. I don't even know the extent to which the state or the county are reaching out. So that's another thing I'm going to have to do a little research on, try to find out what exists in terms of charitable options for those of us who can, in fact, spare a little and wish to spare a little. Let's see if we can find somewhere, some possible way to get your surplus that you wish to donate to the persons in need. Right now, when I look at Cumberland County, Pennsylvania, I'm telling you, I'm not seeing anything. So I'm going to do a little research, see if we can come up with an answer for that one. In the meantime, I'm thinking of tackling a few projects I probably should have tackled a while ago. Maybe I'll just do a thorough spring cleaning. After all, it's spring. And it's not like I have anything better to do, like get my hair cut. Oh, I am like 3 weeks overdue already. When the lockdown came was just about the time when I was due to get a trim. I actually grabbed a little clip off an orchid and stuck it in my hair the other day just to keep it out of my eyes. And I thought, by the time this is over and done with, I'm going to have orchid clips in my hair. I'm going to take scissors, start cutting my own bangs. My hairdresser's going to kill me when she gets back to work. But these are some of the things that I'm looking at saying, whoa, I never thought about this before. So I'm going to stick a few clips in my hair to get it out of my eyes. I'm going to go in, and I think I'm going to start with the bedroom and work my way out, because the bedroom's at the far end, kitchen's at the other end. Let's just start working through and see about doing some cleaning or maybe some other things. I don't know. Maybe there are other little projects that I've kicked to the side that I ought to haul out and deal with. I know we have the project coming up for the lamp this weekend, but we'll have to take a look at this because in addition to everything else, I need to take some time and start listing on Etsy. It's amazing. I work so hard to list stuff at Etsy, and then people just come along and buy it, and I have to do it all over again. Duh. Of course, I'm not going to complain. But I am going to have a chance to sit down and start making up some Tidbit trays and things like that, get some things listed with Etsy. I'll probably even go into my doll room and see if I want to list a few dolls, although I have to say, at a time like this, I'm not sure how comfortable I am listing really expensive dolls for sale. I understand that people who buy really expensive dolls are not taking food off their table. These people have the means to do it to begin with, and also they'll do it no matter what's going on. I mean, World War III could be going on. They're still buying their dolls. But I don't know. I feel a little uneasy about it. I don't mind, little bitty thrift shop items, but I don't know. So we'll have to see about that. I should probably get outside and cut the grass. It's another thing. And that's one that, sure. I was also thinking that we're hitting the point where I need to call my contractor back and get the schoolhouse roof finished, because after the t-shirt campaign, and the total on that, by the way, was just about $1,600. We sold 200 t-shirts exactly. So if you got a t-shirt, limited edition, 1 out of 200, and as I said, I'm not going to repeat that particular campaign again. So those t-shirts, 200, done. Your t-shirt might one day be a collector's item. But it was enough to take care of a lot of the deficit. Came in $8,000 short on fixing the roof. So $1,500 goes a long way. Oh, I'm sorry. It's $1,500 plus an additional $100, total $16, because Bonfire gives you $100 if someone recommends you, and they give them $100 too. So with Bonfire's additional $100 gift, the total from that t-shirt campaign was just about $1,600, and that went a long way to tightening up that $8,000 deficit. So just about there now, but I don't know if my contractor is allowed to work. All kinds of businesses are being shut down. I was told that construction was still allowed to continue, but they had to have all kinds of things in place that might in fact make it just ridiculous for somebody to come out and do a little roofing job if they have to jump through that many hoops. So I'm going to have to get in touch with him, see if we can get him out. Maybe we can, maybe we can't. If we can get him out to work on the roof, then we'll just take the camera out. And we'll go out. We'll have an outdoor, we'll have a picnic. We'll bring our coffee. We'll watch the contractors, and, we'll have something to do. Because, quite frankly, I'm finding it very difficult to keep myself entertained. I discovered a new YouTube channel. Oh, let me share that with you. It's called Ask a Mortician, and it is a young woman named Caitlin Doty, and she is a mortician, and she just goes off on all kinds of wonderful information about death and dying, and it's just, boy, if you are macabre, and I'm starting to think maybe I am, this is a great YouTube channel for you. But if you're squeamish about death, take a pass. Go on. There's plenty of what's going on with Harry and Meghan videos. But I am, in fact, getting a chance to watch some YouTube videos, more than I had ever been able to watch in the past. So that part of it is fun. But otherwise, no. I'm going stir crazy. And I think this is the point where we all, oh, and I'm rambling too. That's another thing. Listen to me just ramble. I think maybe we ought to just throw it out to the jury. What do you think we ought to do? I made a commitment to produce videos, and we're going to do this every day till this is over, because I refuse, absolutely refuse, to leave anyone at home alone, feeling isolated, without any sense of outreach at all. If this is the only outreach that I can offer, I'm going to offer it. Doesn't matter if it's rambling. I don't care. Here it is, outreach. Just, I want to make sure you have some connection to the greater world. So, throw this out to the jury. What do you think? Is there something we could be doing we're not doing? Are there certain kinds of videos you might like? I can take you out for a walk with me. We can go through my neighborhood. You can look at farmland. I'll bring you over to the Mennonites. We'll take pictures of their goats. They're named Primrose and Petunia. Yeah. Problem is, I live 2 doors down from a Mennonite farm. They call my area a village. This is not exciting. This is not like, New York City. You walk out the door, farmland. It's like you look at that and you say, I saw that farmland yesterday. I saw that farmland 10 years ago. Nothing's changed. It's not very exciting. But we'll see what we can do. As I said, I'm going to take you along to physical therapy with me. That actually could be very useful information, especially for those of you who might need physical therapy for yourselves. Get you a little comfortable with the process. But throwing it out there, what do you want to see? What should we do? How can I make you feel more plugged in and more connected with the outside world? Because I know right now we're all feeling very disenfranchised, and there's nothing I can do about the social isolation. But I think we may be able to take the edge off it. So let's put our thinking caps on. Remember, the comments, they're yours. Just go ahead. Write what you want to write. Like I said, I'll monitor it just to make sure it doesn't get too fringy. After all, I have to make sure they don't shut my YouTube channel down. But just let's try to communicate. Let's try to stay in touch in a meaningful way. All right, that's all I have for now. I'm going to finish my coffee. I'm going to go back to work making some Tidbit trays, and I think I'm going to check under my bed for dust bunnies. Let me know what you're doing to pass the time during this period. Let me know your ideas for what the rest of us could be doing. So, we'll see you tomorrow.